Today we're at Avani plus Fares here in the Maldives.
We've had a lovely 3 nights here and we can't wait to tell you everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
We're Voyager Guru. We post weekly videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our videos get more exposure and produce more videos just like this. All right, let's jump right into our review. Our first category is location.
Location, we rate 5 stars. Avani Plus just opened in Baa Atoll last year. Baa Atoll is one of the most marine-rich atolls in the Maldives due to a lot of amazing things the government's been doing over the last 10 years to protect the reef and the islands surrounding the atoll. Baa Atoll is home to some of the best hotels in the Maldives and some of the best dive sites in the Maldives.
We're located here on the northwestern edge of Baa Atoll, and there's really very few hotels in the surrounding area. A lot of people talk about Baa Atoll being fairly dense with hotels, but interestingly enough, where we are in this particular area, we can see a hotel very far off in the distance and a couple islands, but really the closest island is completely uninhabited, and it makes for a gorgeous, beautiful surrounding and very little light pollution at night.
Baa Atoll is home to some of the best reefs in the Maldives, and they have an amazing house reef. Honestly, I think it's one of the best house reefs we've seen in the Maldives outside of something like Park Hyatt down in the south of the Maldives.
Not only do they have an incredible wall that you can snorkel directly on, but they also have snorkeling directly underneath the overwater bungalows, and we saw a number of people taking advantage of that. It's really one of the best parts about this island, and as it is a natural island as well, it has a gorgeous white sand beach completely surrounding it, and interestingly enough, this island actually used to be a farming island for coconuts as well as bananas and other tropical crops. It does have a natural lush foliage, and even though the hotel has only been open for over a year, just opening in April of 2023, the vegetation around the villas has already started to grow in. Some areas are much more grown in than others, but it is a beautiful natural island with that incredibly gorgeous natural reef. It is about a 45-minute seaplane from Malé, which brings us to our second category, lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in, we rate 4.5 stars. If you watch some of our other videos from the Maldives, you'll know that lobby and check-in starts when you land in Malé at the international airport. You will be greeted by a representative from the hotel with a sign for the hotel. We were actually coming from another resort, so we were met by a representative outside the seaplane terminal, which was super convenient. But if you are landing in Malé, you will find the representative outside of customs. They'll take you to check in at the seaplane and take you by car over to the terminal. The new seaplane terminal is amazing, and there are a lot of great lounges within it. Minor Hotels, who owns a lot of other properties in the Maldives, has a great lounge for Avani as well as Niama and Anantara Kihavah, where we have stayed before, so be sure to check out those reviews if you haven't already. The Seaplane Lounge is great. It has showers, separate restrooms, soft drinks, and some food as well. They do have free Wi-Fi for the lounge, and it's a great place to wait while you wait for the seaplane. Once the plane was ready for boarding, we boarded one of the new Manta airplanes. Manta Airlines is a much nicer airline than Trans-Maldivian, so it's amazing that this property leverages that airline. The planes feel a little bit newer and slightly more spacious, even though they swear it's not. The seaplane ride is a beautiful, scenic 45 minutes up to Baa Atoll. We did stop at Anantara Kihavah along the way, which I always think is really fun, even though it adds just a few minutes to the flight. Once we landed on property, we landed at a seaplane dock that was off of the main hotel, so you can barely hear the plane coming as it lands. I love when hotels land the seaplanes off of the hotel because it doesn't disrupt the guest experience while you're on property. From the seaplane dock, we were taken by boat to the main jetty, where we were greeted by members of staff and the management team playing drums and signaling little hearts to all of the guests arriving. It was such a warm, lovely welcome. The heart symbol is actually a symbol for Haharu, which is an old Avehi word that means with love. The heart symbol is so cute because Baa Atoll is shaped like a heart, so they've really leaned into the location that they're in. We were greeted with cold towels and cold juice as well when we arrived, and met with our guest service agent that was assigned to us.
The welcome on the dock was a wonderful experience, and then we were taken on a small tour of the property where we were then shown the room, which brings us to our third category, rooms.
Rooms, we rate 4 stars. This property has a variety of room types, starting from a standard ocean view room all the way up to a 3-bedroom residence over water. Almost all of the rooms, with the exception of the residences, look almost exactly the same. We were checked into a water villa, which is a beautiful sunset-facing room. Outside on the jetty, before you even enter the room, there's a big door that's almost like a gate that allows you to access your private jetty. The room is extremely private once you close that door, as you can't see anybody on either side. When you walk in the front door of the villa, the room is quite small, but the use of space is incredibly efficient. Right when you walk in the front door, there's a vanity that comes out of the minibar for getting ready, and it has a hair dryer and some mosquito spray as well as a mirror. The minibar also has a small fridge as well as a snack area, an espresso machine, and some cute shelves built in for cups and glassware. The king bed sits in front of that minibar and faces the view directly, and there's a Samsung TV on the wall to the left-hand side. The modern technology in the room is excellent, and from both sides of the bed you can control all of the lighting. The bathroom is at the back of the villa and has a one-person vanity as well as a plethora of toiletries and amenities. The property uses Malé and Goat's products across the spa as well as in the rooms. The water villas do have an indoor shower, which is more like a shower room in itself, as well as an outdoor shower and a bathtub. The outdoor shower accesses the balcony as well as the room, and the balcony has 2 chaise lounges, a dinette, as well as stairs that go down to the water.
These rooms really do a great job of ticking off all the boxes. There's really nothing that they don't have, from the indoor shower, outdoor shower, to the bathtub, all of the different amenities, hair dryers to yoga mats to 4 different types of hangers. They have literally every possible thing you can have. They have these bathrobes that are a dark kind of casual color, but they also have more of a traditional bathrobe style that is more of a white terry cloth. So they have really every possible thing in this room, and the rooms are extremely well appointed, and as Maren said, built in a very compact and well-designed way. Even though it is quite small, it doesn't feel necessarily that small, and you're really surprised by all of the different areas that they've managed to fit things and store things in a way that you really have everything you need in this room.
We did have the chance to tour additional rooms as well, including the beach villa with a pool. The interior of the room is the exact same layout as the water villas. It just has some additional amenities on the outside of the room, including the pool. It is a private plunge pool as well as a hanging chair and a little bit of a separate type of lounge space. Most of the beach pool villas do have a lot of mangroves that grow in around it, making it a very private experience within those rooms as well. And you do have direct access to the beach, where you do have an umbrella as well as 2 lounge chairs. We did also have the chance to explore their standard rooms, which are their ocean view rooms and their beachfront rooms. These are not separate villas. These are actually multi-unit pavilions that can be booked as 1 room all the way up to 4 rooms. These are much more standard hotel room style, with the second floor rooms having lovely balconies and interior bathrooms, while the beachfront rooms have an exterior shower as well as the indoor shower and direct access to the beach out in front. These are great options, particularly if you like to spend most of your time out and about exploring the property versus having your own private villa and private pool. If you are traveling as 2 couples or a family, these are also great options because they are connecting rooms in most cases, so you can actually share that space with your family or friends. The only thing to keep in mind with booking one of the more standard rooms is if you do end up in a connecting room, even though you're not sharing it with a friend or family, there could be some noise shared between those walls. So if you are looking to book just a standard room, make sure you request to have a non-connecting door. Overall, we really loved how modern the technology in all of the rooms are, the amenities that they offer, and how incredibly efficient but well-stocked the rooms are. We did not get to tour an overwater pool villa, but they are the exact same as the overwater with no pool, with the addition of that pool like their overwater residence. We did have the chance to check out their 3-bedroom residence, which is a beautiful suite that has 3 full bedrooms with private baths, as well as a massive patio that has a hammock, a large swimming pool, and ample seating for 7 people. That room can actually fit up to 7 adults, which is an amazing experience for a group of friends or a larger family.
We've seen a lot of people exploring the reef and spending time in their villas. The villas are comfortable and easy to swim off of. We personally prefer these overwater villas just because of the gorgeous views that they have, but the rooms in general are very comfortable to hang out and lounge in. Housekeeping also comes twice a day, which leads us to our 4th category, service.
Service, we rate 4 stars. Overall, the service has been really excellent across property, with staff really remembering your name and your preferences, particularly at meal times. It really feels like everyone on staff is super excited to be here, and even gardeners and random people around property are always stopping to say hi and ask if you need anything. We even met the housekeeping manager who just happened to be passing by us just to make sure that we were okay with the room and that everything was all right.
The staff is wonderful on property, and we had so many great interactions, so many people that are really eager to work here, smiling faces, and people that asked us all kinds of questions, how our day was going. We also noticed that it wasn't just us. We saw so many interactions with the staff, with small children walking around and other families. They were really trying to make your stay as enjoyable as possible, and they're really giving that added touch, that island vibe that really makes you feel like it's more of a family almost. It's a great environment, and I really enjoyed the service overall. If you've watched other reviews, you'll hear us say that the service lacks refinement, but in this case, I'm less inclined to say that because they're not really underperforming from a 5-star level so much as they are nailing the 4-star level. They're doing so well at 4-star service and ticking all of the boxes. They've really done a phenomenal job of training the staff to accomplish exactly what their tasks are, and I think they're doing a fabulous job across property in pretty much every department.
It's amazing to interact with management who genuinely ask for your feedback and seem to actually listen when you tell them. If you've read some of the reviews of the property when they first opened, I can understand concerns around having management actually listen to that feedback, because it did seem maybe at the start that they got off to a rough start. But it really feels like this management has taken over and done a great job implementing a lot of the feedback from the early days of the hotel opening. So it's really clear that they genuinely care about making this the best experience for guests.
An example of this is rather than calling someone a butler that really under-delivers on that type of service, they're really straightforward with assigning you a guest service agent who's in charge of you throughout your stay and is personalized to you in a sense, but is also taking care of multiple rooms and is really just a front desk agent or a concierge who can help you with booking things around property, and you have their WhatsApp number so it makes it easy to contact. It doesn't overset the expectation that this is going to be a butler and somehow set it at this 5-star level. Again, it really delivers on the service that's promised. Of course, as usual, we had some of our best engagements with the dining staff, which brings us to our 5th category, dining.
Dining, we rate 4 stars. Overall, our experiences were great with dining. I think it's really important to call out there are multiple meal plan options on property, starting with bed and breakfast, half board, full board, all-inclusive, and a premium all-inclusive option. Depending on the meal plan, you do have access to slightly different things, which is really important to call out to understand exactly what you need out of a meal plan. That being said, the hotel does offer a variety of restaurants, including their all-day dining outlet called Ocean Terrace. This is a buffet-style restaurant that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all guests. Overall, the food at Ocean Terrace was very good. They have a decent variety. They don't have a lot of specific vegetarian food versus having a lot of sides like pastas, salads, and very carb-heavy items.
The buffet overall has a nice selection, although it is a little on the simpler side in terms of preparation. We did have some really nice stuff, and one of the best parts was you could really get them to prepare the food exactly how you wanted. So for instance, we had some great tuna steak and also some great grilled chicken one night, and those were great options to have that prepared exactly how you wanted rather than picking from something that had been sitting out for a long time. We also love to see that at hotels because it really represents significantly less food waste at a buffet, which is great to see. The breakfast buffet is your only option for breakfast at Ocean Terrace, and the breakfast was quite nice. Again, they do have a lot of live prep stations, such as the egg station where they have omelets and a variety of different eggs. They also had pancakes, waffles, they had a crepe station as well. So a variety of different things that you can get in the morning, including different cuisines from different areas. For instance, some noodle dishes as well as some Indian options. So there is a variety of food available at breakfast as well. And you can also make your breakfast a champagne breakfast, which we always love here in the Maldives, particularly for honeymooning couples. It's a great option that is included on that breakfast package.
They do also have Skipjack, which is their main pool bar, and it's open for lunch and dinner. They have an a la carte menu, and that is available on the meal plans, particularly the all-inclusive, full board, and premium all-inclusive. They have great sandwiches, pizzas, salads, and a wide variety of items that's perfect for lunch and for dinner. It is also a bar, so that's the main pool bar if you are hanging out during the day on the all-inclusive plan or the premium all-inclusive plan. Next door to Skipjack is Charcoal, and that is their signature restaurant. We did have the chance to experience a romantic dinner at Charcoal. It is a beautiful venue, and the furniture is absolutely amazing. You have toes in the sand dining if you would like to sit outside, which we absolutely love. They primarily focus on charcoal grilled food like seafood and meats. We had an amazing seafood platter where everything was cooked perfectly. This venue is not available on all-inclusive or on premium all-inclusive other than having a $40 credit per person. The prices are quite high across the board at all of their outlets, so it is something to keep in mind. They do say they are updating that premium all-inclusive plan, hopefully starting next year, to include that venue as well. They also have a bar right next door called Tribe. It's their sunset bar. There is a DJ that plays there 6 days a week for sunset, and again at 9 o'clock until about midnight. They have amazing sunset cocktails, and that is also included on the all-inclusive and the premium all-inclusive plan. They have beautiful sunken seating and swing chairs at the bar. It just absolutely lights up at night and is a real vibe. Finally, they have Smuggler's Shack on the other side of the island. It's kind of a tucked away, beautiful little tiki bar. It is an absolutely spectacular stretch of beach, and it seems really, really quiet. They have amazing rum cocktails that they've made, and 2 of them are included on the all-inclusive plan. They have over 100 rums at Smuggler's Shack, which is super, super cool. This is an amazing place to hang out during the day, and they do offer a tapas menu that is included on the meal plans as well.
Smuggler's Shack is actually named because this island at one point did used to be a smuggling route, and so I love that they're leaning into that local knowledge about the island. And as Marin said, it's a great, beautiful area of the island. I think it's the most beautiful beach on the island. It's a gorgeous point, and it's also the best access to get to some of the snorkeling as well. Speaking of all the venues and the plans, that does bring us to our 6th category, facilities.
Facilities rate 4.5 stars. This being a new hotel, they have a lot of amenities that are meant for the travelers today. That includes their fitness and wellness pavilion that has a beautiful interior space with brand new techno gym equipment. It is a really, really wonderful gym with amazing, amazing equipment, and they also have a gym attendant that can assist you throughout the day. We absolutely love the machines available, and that gym is open 24/7. It's also connected to a yoga room where they do things like sound healing and yoga that are complimentary on property. And there's also a teen room in this pavilion with tons of games, including a PlayStation, foosball table, ping pong, pool, and more.
The fitness area is also connected to an outside area where they have tennis courts, pickleball courts. They have all kinds of different things, including an outdoor calisthenics gym, which was really cool to see. They also do run classes for all of these different activities, from the yoga to the fitness classes, although we were surprised to see that those classes were a bit more limited on the schedule going into the weekends, which we'd love to see them improve in the future. There are so many activities that you can do across this property, and it was really great to see a lot of people taking advantage of them.
We did also have the chance to try their spa. It is a absolutely beautiful spa with steam and saunas for both men and women. They have a stunning relaxation room and multiple couples treatment rooms, as well as one singles treatment room. We were able to try their signature massage, and it was wonderful. They do use Malé Goat's products in the spa as well as in the rooms.
As we mentioned before, this island is located in such a great area for marine life, and they do have a dive center where we saw people getting their instruction, doing discovery diving, but also doing their full PADI instructor courses as well. If you're not specifically into scuba diving, they do also have great facilities for snorkeling. As a guest, you can take snorkeling equipment out for free, but they also do have some guided snorkeling tours that you can pay for, where they will take you along that house reef and show you some of the cool spots where you might find something special. Located right next to the dive center, they do also have a water sports center, which has all of your water sports that you could possibly imagine, from your jet skis to your paddleboarding and windsurfing, as well as kite surfing and other activities. One thing that was a little surprising was, unlike a lot of other hotels in the Maldives, we were surprised to see that some of the non-motorized activities like paddleboarding were not included. They did include kayaking. However, most other things were chargeable. Also some interesting charges at the water sports center. So for instance, competency tests for things like paddleboarding that came in at a cost of $30. That's the same for windsurfing and kite surfing. It is a really nice facility. They did have really new, beautiful equipment, and it is a great place to do a lot of these awesome water sports.
One of my favorite facilities on property is actually their resort shop. I typically don't say that, and I don't really shop at hotels that often, but honestly, this is my favorite place in the entire island. The hotel is partnered with something called Island Bazaar, which is actually a collective of lots of different Maldivian artisans that make jewelry and clothing and scarves and bags and a lot of cool things that you can take home. They have a shop in the airport, and it's this adorable little store that we go to every single time we come to the Maldives, and we always end up buying a lot of stuff. And it is amazing to see a hotel partner with a local company for their shop. That is extremely rare in the Maldives, and so far it's the first time we've seen it in 22 hotels, and I'm extremely excited about this concept.
It is so great to see that they're embracing that local Maldivian culture and local Maldivian crafts, which they've actually done throughout property in a lot of really interesting ways, which of course brings us to our 7th and final category, style.
Style, we rate 4.5 stars. Overall, we absolutely love the style on property. It is a very new property, so the style is super modern and fresh and clean. They use a lot of neutral tones and nice warm colors across the board in both the rooms and at the dining venues and other facilities. Everything feels extremely consistent, and we love the very Turks and Caicos island vibe that the property has when it comes to the furnishings and the way they do the rooms and shutters around the hotel.
Our favorite part of the style, though, is how much they've leaned into the Maldivian aspect of it. All of the employees wear different variations of shirt designs that have have the atolls and the islands stitched on them. They have the local language, Divehi, as well as all of the different names of islands in the atolls themselves. They have all of these small little touches like the letter Ba for the atoll, which is written in Divehi underneath everyone's name tags. There's all these small Maldivian touches that really lean into the local culture, and it's so nice to see that they're doing that and introducing so many things across property. Even the presentation on arrival of a nice beach bag with Haharu written on it, again kind of leaning into that Maldivian culture, and it was great to just continue to see those little aspects across property. Even though this island is a natural island, they did have to cut down quite a few things in order to build the villas and the facilities themselves. There are certain areas of the island that have not fully grown in yet, and so in the future I think that will kind of help with the aesthetic of the property when things have fully grown in and some of the less aesthetic parts of the facilities are kind of more covered by foliage. I think that'll really help kind of tie everything together.
Overall, we rate this property 4.3 stars. We have had an amazing experience here at this resort, and it is a wonderful place to come if you're looking for affordable luxury on a beautiful, beautiful reef in one of the most majestic atolls in this country. We would recommend booking nothing less than the premium all-inclusive plan to really take advantage of the best that this property has to offer. So if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up.
And of course, if you don't already, hit that subscribe button. We'll be coming out with many more videos from here in the Maldives as well as around the world.
And if you already follow us on Instagram, you'll have seen this entire story play out on our stories and our feed. So be sure to follow us if you don't already at Voyager Guru.
If you don't already, be sure to also check out our website at voyagerguru.com, where we do have full destination guides for the Maldives as well as every destination that we go to. You can go check out our Maldives destination guide as a PDF. It's a 50-page PDF guide on everything you need to know about the Maldives before you book.
And if you're looking to book Avani or any similar hotel in the Maldives, be sure to reach out to us. We get exclusive rates and perks through some of our partners here in the Maldives. And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.